Hi, it's Deanna. And before the new year begins, it's only like a few more hours till midnight and till 2019. I was just reading a story on the internet that sort of like, in the risk of not trying to sound too sappy, well, I am sort of sappy, it sort of brought a tear to my eye. So I read some story about a little girl who, well, when she was a little girl, she had this little stiff toy monkey and she loved it. And there was pictures of her when she was a little girl in the 1960s in various forms of activity during her lifetime when she was very young, hugging this little stiff monkey. And she loved it so much. You could see like her tucked in with a blanket around her and the monkey and her posing and laughing. And apparently she ended up in her adulthood getting cancer. And so when she was like in her early 50s, she got cancer and she was suffering, and it was near the end of her life. And her family were trying desperately to find that exact same monkey that she had when she was a little girl to try to comfort her while she was near death. And so a Steiff collector who's an expert by the name of Rebecca Kaufman, known as Steiff Gal, did some amazing, amazing things. She moved heaven and earth to get the exact same monkey to that little girl who is now an adult and who's suffering and dying from cancer. And so she paid out of her own money to get that stiff monkey to that sick lady and had it shipped to her. And the lady got it, and she was so thrilled to actually have a piece of her childhood back in her arms again. So she felt safe again. She felt really happy again. And so what made me like think about things, why do I collect toys? Why do I collect vintage and antique toys? Well, part of it is, I guess, I don't know if all collectors are the same. It sort of reminds us of our childhood, the comfort we once had, and how we felt. By the way, if you hear crunching, sorry about that. That's my cat. The minute I film, he has to decide to eat cat chow. But nonetheless, so these old toys sort of remind us of when we were young and when we were safe and, times were really good and, you know what I mean? So when we get one of these old toys, they bring back a form of nostalgia. Some kind of like, again, that childhood comfort and joy and youth. I guess it's youth. So it brings back some kind of youth to us. So these are vintage, and actually, well, the horse on the right is a key wind up. It's like a clockwork horse. I broke it. I did a video recently telling you the sad story about how by accident I overwound it and busted it. And this is a 1950s German polar bear made by Herman. And this is actually my toy when I was a little girl growing up in the 1970s. So this is a Dakin stuffed dog, and it's a German Shepherd. And as you can see, I was absolutely like very anal retentive and very OCD about my toys. As you can see, this is in like mint condition. It looks like it was unplayed with. And that's because I really did take care of my toys. And so I'm glad to still have him around. So that's why I collect toys. I don't know. A lot of people have different reasons why they collect old vintage and antique toys. But part of it is almost like it brings back a time of good memories, a time when I was safe and happy and young and full of energy, and everything around me seemed like something I wanted to investigate and increase my knowledge about the world. And it was a different time. It's not like, I'm an adult now. Things are less exciting. I'm not as excited about holidays anymore. I'm not like, even tonight, it's New Year's Eve. My husband's working. My teenage daughters are out with their friends, and I'm all by myself. It sounds sad, but I really don't care to even watch the ball drop. But when I was a kid, I was so thrilled. I couldn't wait to watch the ball drop on TV and bang pots afterwards and go run through the streets blowing horns and whistles. And now I could care less. I guess when you hit your 40s, and even if you're older, you don't feel that feeling of excitement anymore. But when I win these old toys on eBay and they arrive in the mail, there's some form of excitement. and I feel joy again, a joy that I had when I was a child. So I just thought I would talk to you, fellow collectors out there. And if you're not a collector, I'm telling you, it's really great to collect these old toys. They really, they really are really super cool. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be kind, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And Happy New Year to all of you.